Okay, so now we're going to do a video tutorial for PowerPoint Independent Project 3.5. This mostly involves animation and some annotation, some speaker's notes, things like that. So there's only one file here that we need to download. So I'm just going to go get the start file. It's going to come up in my downloads right here. So I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to switch my screens here to put my instructions on the monitor you don't see, and then the presentation on the monitor you do see. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go down to step 3, which says apply the fade transition with the smoothly effect option. And then we're going to change the duration and apply to all. Okay, transition. So there is a transitions tab up here on our ribbon. So we're going to click on transitions. Okay, great. I'm getting a little whirlpool there. That should help you know where I'm at. I don't know why my other whirlpools are not working. Okay, and then we want to do fade, which is this one that's coming in. So we're going to do fade. And we want a smoothly effect option. So over here at the end to the right of the available options, it says effect options. So we're going to click that little down arrow, and then this will change depending on which transition we've selected. So we're going to choose smoothly. Okay, and then change the duration, which is over here to the right. So this duration here to 1. So we're going to up it till it says 1.00, and then apply to all, which is this little link right below here. So we're going to apply to all. Usually once I do something like this, I go ahead and up quickly and just click save. I just want to, get that locked in so I don't have to worry about, going back on anything. So we're just going to do that. Now it says to apply animation on 5 slides, change the effect options and the duration settings. It says several settings in the table will not require changing because they appear by default, but we're going to check them all. Okay, I will tell you that my first time through this assignment, I had a little issue with this. I don't know why. Some of my timings and everything did not stick when I submitted my file. So don't get frustrated. In the end, we're going to see how I do. I have gotten 100% on it, but I did have to go in and make some corrections. So I don't want that to frustrate you. That may happen, but we're going to work through this and see. I could have made a mistake, but I think I had them, but we'll see. Okay, so the table listed in instruction 4 says first we're going to go to slide 2. So we're going to go over here to slide 2. And then it wants us to choose the text. You only get one chance to make a first impression. Okay, you can I think you can just choose the shape if you want. You don't have to go in and choose the whole text. I did it both ways, so we'll see here what works. So we're going to choose this object down here, and then we're going to choose the bounce entrance effect. If you choose this little arrow up here, let's see, we want to be on the animations tab. Make sure you're on animations tab right here. And then you can choose this little arrow, and it puts them into categories: entrance, emphasis, exit, motion paths. Play around with these. Some of these are fun. Be careful in PowerPoint. You don't want your viewer's eye to be going every which way all the time. So keep it to a minimal. But right now we're going to follow our directions. So it wants the bounce entrance. So here's our entrance. These are not in alphabetical order. So you kind of have to look. Bounce is actually the last one. So we're going to choose bounce. Okay, and you can see it gives you a little preview there. But then it says as one object. So we have to go to our effect options here and choose as one object. And then we also want it to start after previous. We don't want to have to click to get this to work. We want it to be a little more automatic than that. So we're going to go to our little start field right here, up in here, in our timing group, and we're going to click after previous. And then your timing duration should be 2. So that's at 2 seconds is what this is. Okay, so everything looks right. We have the bounce. We have the as one option selected. We have after previous. We have 2. So I'm going to go up and click our little save button here and just lock that in. Okay, now the next one is slide 5. So we're going to go down here and choose slide 5. And the butterfly image, so we're going to click on that to select the whole image. And it wants a grow and turn entrance. Now our animations, a lot of these we can see up here. Here's grow and turn. If you don't see it there, go in here and it's an entrance, it says. So then you're going to see here grow and turn. Doesn't matter which one you check, and it gives you a little preview again. Okay, our effect option, which see, that's grayed out, and that did that to me a couple times. But if you click on grow and turn again, it should show up. Because again, we want it as one object. So we have to get that to show some way. I'm going to go out of it and then do grow and turn again. See, I don't know how to get this. And it could be one that's set as default. So we're going to go ahead and change our other things and maybe come back there. But that happened to me a couple of times where that effect options was grayed out. And I did get counted off on one of my attempts on that. I had to go in and correct it. So we're going to see where we go here. So we're just going to leave this selected. We know we've got grow and turn. Oh, effect options, none. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, so none, we're good. Okay, then we're going to go over to our start and do again after previous. And then it's also 2. So you now see right now it says 1. So you want to watch that, and you can just click the up a couple of times, or you can type it in. So we got 2.0, after previous, grow and turn, no effect option, so we're good. And now I'm going to just click on that little save button again, just to lock that puppy in. Okay, now we're going to go to slide 7. So here we are at slide 7. And it wants us to do this graphic right here. And we're going to do the entrance wipe. So again, I'm going to go up here so that I see for sure what an entrance is. And I'm going to choose wipe. And then we're going to go to our effect options and choose from the left. And then back to our start, and we're going to do after previous. And then this one is a 2.5. And right now it's only at half a second. So we're going to have to up that up quite a little bit here. 2.5. Okay, so just to check, 2.5, after previous, from the left, wipe. So now I know I've got everything selected there correctly, and I am going to save it, lock it in. Okay, now the next one is slide 11. For this one, we're doing the make it memorable text, and we're going to do a bounce again. So we're going to do an entrance and the bounce. Okay, and this time we're going to do as one object. Okay, as one object. And then we're doing after previous again. Up here, we're choosing after previous. And we're doing 2.00, which is right there. It already says that. And I'm going to click save because I don't want to screw anything up, hopefully. Now we're going to go to slide 12, choose the success shape. And now we want a grow shrink, which is an emphasis animation. So we're not in here anymore. Now we're in emphasis. And we go right here to grow and shrink. Okay, and we're going to do both larger and as one object. So we have several options we're going to choose here. So both larger and as one object are all already selected. So we're just verifying, going to leave it there. And then we're going to do after previous and then 2.5. So we got to pump this up a couple. 2.5 after previous, both larger as one object, and grow shrink. I'm going to lock it in. Okay. Whew. Now it says we're going to prepare speaker notes on 2 slides. In the notes for slide 9, apply bullets to the 5 items as shown, but only 5 items. So first of all, slide 2, we're going to put never underestimate the importance of a first impression, and then if possible, welcome people as they arrive for your presentation. Okay, I have already done this, so I'm not going to have you sit and watch me type. So I'm going to copy and paste these over here. So we're going to go to slide 2. Slide 2. And then where it says at the bottom down here, click to add notes. That's where you're going to put your notes. Okay, so never underestimate, oops, go back to slide 2, the importance of a first impression. And there we go. So now I got to find my directions again. Let me go here, get my directions. Okay. Now it says that those, I don't think these are bullets. So I'm going to go ahead and take the bullets out. That's on your home tab. I'm going to uncheck bullets here. So I'm just going to leave it there. Never underestimate the importance of a first impression. Okay. Now for slide 9, it, however, wants us to do some bullets. So again, I'm going to go in and copy and paste those, but then I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So let me get this, all of this. Copy. And then I'm going to come over here. I'm still in slide 9. Yep. Click to add notes. Okay, now you want to watch the directions very carefully on this because not every line has a bullet. Okay, I'm going to go view notes pages so I can show you this a little bit better. Let's go to view notes page. Okay, see here where the first line of like these paragraphs are not bulleted. It only wants you to have 5 of the lines bulleted. And you do these just like you do in Word. Okay, you're going to do it the exact same way. So anyway, that's what it should look like on your slide. So we're going to go view normal again. So I just want you to be very careful with that because you could get marked off easily. Okay, for instruction 6, you don't need to do that. It says print notes pages for slides 5, 6, 7. Complete the step only if directed to do so by your instructor. Don't worry about that. Skip that one. There's another instruction we're going to skip as well, but for that one, skip instruction 6. Okay, for instruction 7, it says to hide slide 8. So all you do is right click on slide 8 over here in your kind of bookmarky view, and then you can click hide slide right here. Hide slide, and you'll notice it gets kind of grayed out and there's an X through it there. Okay, so we're not going to show that slide to the audience apparently. Okay, now it says to review the presentation to check transitions and animations. So the first thing we want to do, 8A, says select the Transitions tab. So we're going to go up here to Transitions, and we're going to uncheck on mouse click, which is right here. It wants it to kind of run the presentation on its own. And then after 3 seconds, so we're going to bump this up to 3 seconds, like that. And then click Apply to All, which no matter where you are in your presentation, it's going to apply it to all of the slides. And then it says, start your slideshow from the beginning and review all slide movements. Okay, I'm going to go here to slideshow and do from the beginning. I'm going to try to pull this over so you can see it, but I'm not sure it will do this. Nope, I can't. Let me see if I can reverse display settings. Swap presenter and slideshow. Okay, there you go. So now you can see that every 3 seconds the slide is changing. You can see your transitions. Okay, so we should have that smooth fade and the different animations that we've put in. So there's our butterflies coming in. I think that might have been on the, I'm not sure if that was the grow and shrink or what. And then here's our, come in from the left graphic. And every 3 seconds, it's going to give us the next slide. Ooh, I'm not seeing any animation there. I'm going to go back and see what we were supposed to do there. And then there's our success. So that's what you're watching for, is to see if this is all correct. Okay, I'm going to swap again and then end the slideshow. Okay, so let's go back up in our directions and see what was supposed to happen with that. Make it memorable. It was supposed to bounce, and I did not see that. So when you go in here on your animations, there should be a preview. I've always seen that before, a preview for this. Oh, animation pane, let's see this. Okay, play from. See, I'm not seeing that there. So it says bounce. Okay, there we go. Oh, here we've got it on click. See, that's what happened before, that after previous, I know I checked it, but it disappeared. So after previous, so because I didn't click, it didn't do it, but we don't want it to have to click. Okay, and then it says 2. So now we're going to save it. And then I'm going to go to the slide before it, and I'm going to do slideshow, and I'm going to say from current slide, which should show me. I'm just going to tell you if it works or not. Yes. Okay. So now it is working. I'm just going to let you know that. Okay. So I'm going to X out of this. So that's what you're looking for when you do that preview. Make absolutely certain you do not make an error there. So my after previous had gotten unchecked, but I could have sworn I did it. Okay. So let's go back to where we were, which is, okay. So now we're at step 9 and we're going to skip that. It says add captions below slides as you practice using Presenter Coach. So you don't need to record captions for your slideshow. So we're going to skip all of step 9. It's totally fine. But we are going to use Presenter View to view your presentation. So where you do that is Slideshow, and then Set Up Slideshow. And then you come down to the bottom and say Use Presenter View, but then you need to check manually and not use timings. It says to deselect Use Timings. Select Presenter View, and then it says Begin the Presentation. If you have one monitor, right-click and select Show Presenter View. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the subtitles or press J or anything like that, but you do want to navigate through the slides using the advance to the next animation or slide and return to the previous animation or slide. So we're going to say, okay, see all slides button. Okay, and now we're going to do from the beginning, I believe. Okay, here, and we're going to do, okay, see all slides, which is this little doohickey right here. When I click on it, it says see all slides, so we want that. So this just shows us all of our slides right here. Okay, and then you can go down here and say slide 1 of 12. I'm going to just try to say block or unblock, toggle, more slideshow options. I don't know. I just use these down here. I don't see anything that says next slide or animation. I just see these. So I just went through these. And you can see it's going to show us our animations again. So you can just manually click through because we said we didn't want to use our timings. So we're just going to manually click through. There's our butterflies. Okay. We're just going to... And you'll notice over to the right are your speaker notes. Now, not all the instructions, some of these were already in there, but we'll see as we go through, like slide 9. These are the ones we put in. Okay, so there's slide 9 with the 5 bullets. Okay, and then we just kind of keep going through. 11, there's our bounce, so we know it's there now. And here's our success, our grow, or whatever it is, get larger kind of thing. Okay, so we're going to end the slideshow. And now we're back. And that's it. So, oh, we have to do some markings. So you can add annotations as you're presenting. So it wants us to add annotations on the following slides using the pen with blue ink. If you're not satisfied with the marking, then use the eraser to move them and try again. Okay, so on slide 2, okay, and again, we're going to use Presenter View. So we're going to go in and do our slides. I'm just going to do from the current slide since we're starting on slide 2. And so we're going to go there. And then down here, you have a pen right here. So we have a pen. You can choose pen and you can choose your ink color. And it wants us to use a blue. So I use the middle blue. And then I believe it wanted us to draw a circle around Be Professional. So that's how you annotate. So you can do these actually while you're presenting. So here I'm going to swap. This is actually what your audience sees. So they will see as you draw around there. So it's just for emphasis, you know, as you go. So that's really all the annotations are for. So now in order to see what I got to do next, I need to, and I had this problem before getting out of here. Oh, keep. Do you want to keep your ink annotations? And the instructions tell us yes to keep. Okay, then it wants to draw a rectangle around the words eye contact and smile on slide 4. Okay, so you just go there and you're going to go back into from current slide, choose your pen, choose your ink color, and choose in a rectangle it wants. So see how we just have that itty bitty dot there? So we're going to choose like a rectangle around eye contact and around smile. So as you're talking, presenting your session, whatever it is, you're going to be talking and doing this so the audience has something to watch while you're doing this essentially. So we're going to end, keep. Okay, and then the next one is slide 7. We're going to circle, avoid monotone, and then on 10, we're going to circle end on time. Okay, so we're going to, on slide 7, 7, we're going to go from current slide, go back to my pen again, And there may be an easier way to do this. This is just the way I do this. Okay, we're going to do avoid monotone. And then we're going to go to slide 10, I believe. And we're going to say end on time. Early is better. So we're just going to circle there. And then we're going to end our slideshow up here and keep our annotations. And then that's it. So now we're going to save and close. You can go back through. You see your annotations are there because we kept them. So you're going to keep them. We click save. I'm going to close, pull my directions back over into your view. And now we're going to submit this file. I'm just going to show you my previous attempts. You can see my first attempt, I got 71%, and that was because of problems with the animation. Then I still had an issue with the timing, and then the last time I got 100%. So this is my 4th time submitting these, so do not lose hope. But it only took me a couple of minutes to make the corrections on each one of these. So we're going to upload my file. Praying, I do the best. Okay, I'm in my downloads folder. This is the one I just did. Open, submit, and cross my fingers and pray. Oh, 92%. Okay, see, so that animation got me again. So let's see what I missed right here. Make it memorable. Okay, that's the one I think we were having problems with. It says does not have an animation sequence as one object. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, is I'm going to, well, download my submitted file, even though I know it's still in download. So I'm just going to go to downloads and get it right there. I'm going to open it up. Okay, and then it says does not have the animation sequence of as one object. So I'll show you what it's saying I missed. So we're going to go down to where we have that freaking make it memorable right here. So when I added, we're going to go to animation, that bounce, the effect option did not get put as one object. Okay, so now I'm going to save. I'm not going to correct anything else. I'm just going to correct that. I'm going to get out of here. Now that I'm here in my report, all I'm going to do is click the back button on my browser, and it should take me back to where I can resubmit. So this is going to be my 5th option here. So I'm praying that that was all I needed. So I'm going to open. It should be all I need to do. Yes, submit the file. So those animations, they are, I don't know, they change on you. So you might go through and 100%, yay, and double check everything before you're done. Okay, so there you have it for my class. If you have any questions, you know you can call me. I prefer a call to email so that we can resolve anything over the phone. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope it's helped. If you're enrolled in the class that uses SimNet, this is Independent Project 3.5. All right, take care.